Hey everybody, it's Ryan. I'm in my yard today, and I wanted to make a quick video about some addressing some topics that I've been asked over the period of time I've been doing this. Um, it's about 95 degrees out here today, and there's humidity to match. So I'm really not gonna try not to make this too long, but I wanted to first of all talk about trail cameras and the reason I don't use them. I've been asked a whole lot in since I've been doing this. I've gotten a lot of comments about asking me why I don't use trail cameras or telling me I should put up a trail camera or something like that. And the reason I don't do that and I stray away from using things like that is because I view it as a deceptive method. I'm not out to get a cheap shot of a Sasquatch. I've seen them personally with my own two eyes out here, and I know they're here. And I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't know they were here. I wouldn't be just trying to find something that I thought might be here or something like that. I know they're here, so I'm not trying to prove it to myself. And I know that I would really like to get footage to show you guys one day. And that's what I'm working toward, but I want to do it the right way. And the way that I view trail cameras and the use of them is I don't think that they would appreciate it too much if I set one up and tried to get a shot of them that way. It's a deceptive method. I look at it like this, and I've said this in several comments. I'm sure that some of you have seen them. I look at it as if someone were to put a camera in my living room without me knowing. It would just completely demolish all trust that I ever had in that person. It's not something that any human would appreciate, I don't think, to have a camera unknowingly installed in your home. And the person who did it would never, ever have my trust again, period. And I think that because these beings are so intelligent, that they view it the same way. And since the forest is their home, then I think that it would be very disrespectful for me to put up a camera that they could detect and just try to get a deceptive photograph of them. It's not the way I want to do things with them. It kind of goes against everything that I have been working at. So that's the main reason I do not use them. Also, I've known of people who have put them up in areas where they've had activity, and it seems like the activity just kind of goes away altogether when that happens. It's like they don't want to stick around in an area where something like that is happening, and I don't blame them. But I do want to clarify, I do have trail cameras set up out here. I have two of them, and I have them in places where I've suspected people might be able to access my property. So I just have them up there for basically for security purposes. And when I did put them up, I did actually go out into the forest and speak out loud to the Sasquatch that I did put them up, and I told them they're not for them. So I do believe that they probably understood that and know that it's not because I'm trying to get footage of them, because I know that's pretty much a useless effort. So anyway, I wanted to talk about that and just kind of clear the air and show my stance on it. So anyway, I also want to address the issue of camera malfunctions. From my last video, I've never experienced a camera malfunction like that. The way it jumped around like that, it's never happened before. I have experienced complete camera failure before, typically what they would do is when I would get near a structure or when I'd be out recording, I'd hear like footsteps or something out, a little ways away from me, but they're distinguishable. And I would hear stuff, stick snapping and just sounds, that would pretty much say something was there. And as soon as that would happen, my camera would just completely shut down, just gone. And it would typically come up with an error message. I know on one device that I used, it would always come up with an error message that said, camera has stopped unexpectedly, please restart the device. So sometimes I would have to do that, and sometimes I could just click back on the icon and go back to the camera. So I don't really know what was up with that, but it happened. The first time it happened was the first time that I actually visually saw a Sasquatch out here. I visually saw, I don't know why I said that, but the first time I saw a Sasquatch out here, it was when it was in the area that I used to use for the gifting area in some of my earlier videos, and that's why I chose that area, that and the amount of evidence that I'd find out there is why I chose that area to research to begin with. And the thing is, one day I was out there and I was I was actually hiking, and I stopped, and the sun was coming through some leaves and it looked really cool. And so I took out my camera and I looked up and I pointed it up and took some pictures of the leaves, the way the sun was illuminating them and stuff. It looked really neat. So I did that, and I was kind of standing up on a little bank, like a little embankment, and I looked over and there was a hill like parallel to where I was standing, and there was a pile of slash, which is a bunch of random sticks and big logs and stuff that are just piled up from where timber had been harvested a while back. And I looked in front of it and I saw this figure crouched down right in front of it, and I was like, whoa. I was like, what is that? And so I kind of stood there for a second and looked at it for a little while, and then I was like, I'm gonna try and get a picture of this. So I got my device out and I pointed it over there to where it was, and I looked at the screen, and as soon as I looked at the screen, it went black and went back to the home screen, and that error message that I quoted earlier came up on the screen. And I was like, this is crazy, because I was a pretty big skeptic when it came to people talking about their powers and their supernatural abilities and stuff like that. That was not something I was too keen on, because I had the impression that Bigfoot, Sasquatch were a completely physical being, just like us, just like every animal that you see. And that was the frame of mind, the perspective that I had on them, until this stuff started occurring. Once that happened, I looked up and it was gone, totally gone. And I was like, oh, this is weird. And I had had the device for probably like a year and a half before this happened. And it was probably the best phone I'd ever had. It was an LG Spectrum, and I never had one issue out of it. Like, the thing wouldn't even like jam up or anything. I mean, it was just like an excellent phone. So it was really strange to me that happened right then. And honestly, I chalked that up to coincidence, that instance. And so anyway, that was the first time I realized that they truly were out here. So I I actually went up into another area close to that one, and this was a few days later, and I started taking a video. Camera stopped. The same thing. So I had to reboot the device that time. And it was just like, it was weird, because this is the second time this had happened, and the only times it had happened was when I was out there and they were close by. So I started doing more recording, and weeks went on and nothing happened. And then one day I was out in the area that I'd called the construction site because there was so much stuff around. And I know some of you know the video I'm talking about. And I was out there, and it was crazy because the video, it was okay until I started hearing these noises out there. And so I started panning around, and as soon as I did, the camera stopped. And it completely stopped. I was like, okay, there's something to this. And so then I ended up being able to record. And a few weeks later, I found this X structure that was on the side of the hill over there by the construction site area. So I found this, and I went up to it, and this, I'll clarify, this was early on when I started doing this. I went up to the structure, and I kind of just touched one of the sides of it like this and wiggled it just a little bit to see if it was root bound, to see if they had actually brought one of the sticks up to make that. And it was about, I'd say probably about 6 feet, 7 feet tall. And as soon as I made contact with that stick and wiggled it, as soon as I moved it a little bit, my camera turned off. Okay, this is the time that I'd gone out there, and when I went out there, I remember taking my phone off of the charger, and it had 72% battery. And this happened like I think 2 or 3 times probably. And no, I'm sorry, that was a different one. This time it was just this one time. But the camera had 72% battery, and when I turned it back on after I rebooted it, it had 12%. So the battery had been depleted. I mean, a good bit. And that was really strange to me. I was like, there's something going on. Definitely. So I ended up going into another area that was it was near the road. And the way I found this area is I was driving by one day, and I noticed an X structure like right off the side of the road. I looked up on the embankment, and I was like, whoa, there's a structure right there. So I ended up going into that area and finding several good sized structures. So this is the time that, and I'm kind of skipping around here because this has happened a lot. I mean, a whole lot. And this was the time when I was up there, and I had gotten really close to the structure. I was probably like, 6-7 inches away. And I was trying to get a shot of one of the intricacies of it. And it was so weird because I got close to it and my camera stopped. Okay, and it did this about 2 or 3 times. And after the third, maybe even fourth time this happened and I had turned the device back on, I got tired of it. And I was like, I spoke out loud to them. I said, guys, I'm really just trying to look at what you've done. I'm not here to mess it up. I'm not here to disturb you. I'm not here to disturb your creations. Nothing like that. I said, I'm just very interested in what you're doing, and I want to, I just want to look at it. And right after that, the camera didn't stop again. I was able to record uninterrupted. So that showed me right there that there is something to this. And that's also one of the times when I began to realize that they can understand us. Because I can't explain it any other way. And, there's something weird about it. But it's happened a lot. And it did happen several times. Well, actually quite a few times after that. But it never happened consecutively like it was happening. It would just happen like once. And it wasn't like right when I started recording either. It was almost like they'd wait for a while before they did it. But right when I first started, it would happen I mean, almost just like, a minute or two after I'd been out there. And I've also had my audio completely cut out of the video before, and I don't know how to explain that either. But the video is posted on my channel, and there's no audio, and I don't know why, because I know for a fact, because I always check and make sure it's always at full volume when I'm recording. So I don't really know what all is up with that, but I wanted to just talk to you guys about this stuff because I get a lot of questions about it, and I don't know. I figured it was a lot easier for me to just kind of talk to you about it and let you know what's happened in the past and all that. And I'm sure I'm leaving out some things that are really crazy that I can't think of right now, but maybe I'll do another video and tell you about them later. Anyway, so there's one more thing I wanted to talk to everybody about, and it's that, due to the really good reception of my latest video where I just panned around the forest a little bit and asked them to appear, it seems like everybody liked that a lot. And I kind of did that for the purpose of letting some of you guys check it out and see what you can find, because out there it's hard for me to see this stuff. It's a lot easier to see it on video, believe it or not. The naked eye is fooled a lot easier than the camera is, I can tell you that. So I kind of want to start doing that, and I've considered doing it like maybe once a week. And what I want to do is I want to go out to some of the locations I have out here, and some of the ones from previous videos and things like that. And I want you guys to kind of suggest the places you want me to go. And I will go out there and scan the forest for however long I need to. And I want you guys to, if you want to look through the videos and see what you can find. And, they will pretty much be your discoveries, because, even though I'm out there filming this stuff, you guys are the ones that are finding it. And I know that there's some of you that have, talked to me before and told me, that you're not physically able to get out and do this stuff. And as much as I hate that, I want to bring you guys a little bit of a experience that you can have on your own. I want you to be able to experience this stuff with me. And I think that would be a good way to do it. So you guys leave me a comment on this video and let me know what you think about that. And if you think it's something I should do and something that you want me to do, then please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do it. And I know that, not everyone's physically disabled, and some people are geographically limited in the places that they can go. So I understand all that. I really do. And I want everybody to be able to do this kind of stuff, and find these things. And if a vicarious experience is what, it requires to do that, then that's what I'm willing to provide. So just let me know what you think about that idea. And it's not something I've really seen anyone try before, and I feel like it would be a good thing for some people to be able to do. And I know I would appreciate it, because I know that with as good as some of you guys look at this stuff, you'd be able to find things a lot better than I can. And that would probably benefit everybody if we could find some good stuff and find out more about how they hide and where they hide and all that stuff. There's so much that can be learned about it. And that's what I want to do. I want us all to learn. I want this to be something that benefits everybody, because even though I'm out here doing it, I'm doing it for you guys, and more so than myself, because it's already been proven to me that they exist. I do want to learn more, and that's why I keep doing this. And I also want everybody else to learn more, because the better we understand them, the easier it will be for us to I want to say help other people to understand them. Right now, the community, and I use that term loosely, it's a generic term, I know, but the community It's insane, man. It's like all this stuff that's going on in the last few days is crazy. It's crazy. Like, people, um, I don't know what to believe anymore, man. It's really gotten me, uh, I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is what I see out here. And I know that, my friends that are researchers in the community and stuff, I know what they're doing. And, I talk to them a lot. And we're all just like, man, what is going on with all this? And I don't know. I really hope that everything gets smoothed out soon. But it's just it's insanity right now in the Bigfoot community. It really is. And I think everybody needs to really start banding together and start concentrating on what we're actually out here for instead of the other stuff, because my videos, they're not done for me to be popular or famous or whatever. That was never my goal when I started doing this. I did this to learn, to further my knowledge about them. And I figured the best way to do that was to network with other researchers who knew more about it than I did. And I have learned so much from you guys. I mean, so much, and the viewers too. I've learned so much. I mean, you have no idea how much you've helped me understand so many things that I just didn't know about before. So, I thank everybody for that, because, you guys may not know it, but it really does help. And, anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about this stuff. And so let me know what you think about all of it. The clouds came out, so it, made it a little more tolerable for me to be out here, so I know this is longer than I intended. But just let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about my idea of doing the forest scans. And I'll do them as frequently as you want me to. And I'd like everybody to let me know where you want me to go out here. Pick a spot in one of my old videos or something, and I'll go back there and I will scan the forest, and we'll see what we can find. And I think that would be a good thing for all of us. So, anyway, I'm sure there's some more stuff I wanted to say, but I guess I'll go ahead and stop this before it gets too long and boring. But anyway, I know I did want to say, though, that, everybody... Actually, no, I'll save that for another time. Anyway, alright. So I appreciate all you guys watching. I really do. And I'm going to be getting some audio equipment soon, thanks to you guys. And I've really been like chomping at the bit to do it, because I've heard so many crazy vocalizations, and last night I heard some that just I wish I had a recorder going. So I'm going to stop stalling on that, and I'm going to go ahead and go get a few of them and see what we can get with those. So I think it'll be a good thing. I hope so, anyway. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I sincerely appreciate every single one of you. And I know I also wanted to say, though, about comments. I'm like getting so many of them right now, and I love them. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love getting comments. I love talking to you guys about this stuff. But I don't want anyone to think that I'm just purposely ignoring anybody if I don't get to your comment like right away or anything, because there's been a lot here lately, and I don't mind it. I really don't. But it's not hard for me to overlook a few right now. And I want you to know that it's not my intention if I don't get back to you. And I've always tried to respond to everybody. So please don't get your feelings hurt or anything if I don't get to you right away, okay? So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to shut up now. But anyway, just let me know what you guys think. And thank you. Thank you so much for watching and supporting and encouraging me. I know I say it a lot, but you guys have no idea how much it really helps to motivate me to keep going back out there and face the craziness that this subject actually is. So I really do appreciate it. Thanks, guys.